In the sprawling archipelago of Indonesia, where 270 million people call home, a silent crisis persists. Despite sufficient national food supply, nearly half the population cannot afford a healthy diet, and 1 in 5 children remain stunted. Today, we meet 5 innovators who believe artificial intelligence holds the key to solving Indonesia's complex food security puzzle.
I'm Gani.
I'm Fidel.
I'm Gong.
I'm Kamali.
I'm Amar, and we're Little Vietnam.
Why did you choose this groundbreaking project?
I used to go to a boarding school for 4 years. It was in a secluded area in central Java. This created severe challenges. Because it was deep in the woods with poor access, resources were scarce. This directly impacted my well-being. My health started to decline and I lost 12 kilograms in just 3 months. That experience showed me firsthand how food access issues can devastate communities.
Let's start with the big picture. Gani, can you paint a picture of Indonesia's food security landscape?
Indonesia presents a fascinating paradox. We produce about 2,800 kilocalories per person daily. That's actually sufficient. We have reduced hunger significantly and made progress towards the SDG 2, zero hunger. Our undernourishment rate has dropped to around 6.5%. But here is the catch. 31.8% of our children are still stunted, meaning they're chronically malnourished.
Exactly. It's not about having enough food. It's about having access to the right food. Nearly 48% of Indonesians cannot afford a healthy diet. That's one of the highest rates in Asia. My boarding school experience was just a microsome of what millions face daily.
And this isn't evenly distributed. In remote provinces like East Nusa Tenggara, stunting rates have exceeded 40%. Food costs can double the national average in these areas simply because of transport costs and poor market connections.
From a data perspective, we see this playing out in 4 interconnected dimensions: availability, access, utilization, and stability. Climate change threatens to reduce Southeast Asian cereal yields by up to 9% by 2050, while price volatility continues to hurt the poorest families.
Your project focuses particularly on the access dimension. Amar, why is this your team priority?
Because access is linchpin. We identified that while availability issues get attention, building more farms, reducing yields, the real bottleneck is economic and physical access. When I was losing weight at that boarding school, there was food available in nearby towns, but we couldn't afford it or reach it easily.
Our analysis shows that improving access has the highest impact potential. If nutritious foods becomes affordable and reachable for low-income families, we expect immediate reductions in stunting and improvement in diet quality. It's where we can see the fastest wins.
And focusing on access aligns with the government's priorities. The new $4.3 billion Free Nutritious Meal Program aims to reach 19 million vulnerable people. Our AI system can help optimize these interventions by identifying exactly who needs help and when.
Kamali, walk us through how the AI system actually works.
We've built what we call the Food Security Analytics Platform. Think of it as a digital brain that ingests data from multiple sources and connects the dots across Indonesia's entire food system.
The AI has several specialized modules. Our price forecasting model uses machine learning to predict food price spikes weeks or months in advance. Our crop yield prediction model analyzes satellite imagery to forecast harvest. And our nutrition risk model can identify communities at high risk of food insecurity.
All of this feeds into a dashboard that gives policymakers actionable insights. For example, the system might detect that an upcoming drought in East Java, combined with rising rice prices and low household purchasing power, will likely create a food access crisis for 100,000 people.
The key is that it doesn't just identify the problems, it recommends the solution. The AI might suggest releasing government rice reserve or expanding cash assistance program in specific districts, complete with the cost-benefit analysis.
Fidel, what makes the data approach innovative?
We are combining traditional government statistics with completely new data streams. Yes, we use existing data from BPS, Indonesia's statistic agency, and ministry databases. But we are also incorporating satellite imagery for real-time crop monitoring, social media analysis to detect early warning signals, and crowdsourced data from local communities.
The crowdsourcing is particularly exciting. We've developed a mobile app called Food Secure ID, where agricultural extension officers and healthcare workers can report local conditions. This captures what national surveys often miss, the reality in remote villages.
Social media monitoring is fascinating too. Previous UN Global Pulse research showed that Twitter mentions of food prices can predict price spikes faster than official reports. We are scaling that up with natural language processing in Bahasa Indonesia.
The magic happens when these data streams converge. A policymaker can click on any district and see satellite crop health data, local market prices from crowdsourcing, social media sentiment, and nutrition statistics, all in one view.
Gung, how will you guys ensure this high-tech solution doesn't leave vulnerable communities behind?
That's the critical question. Often, averages hide disparities. National food security figures can overlook the pockets of severe hunger in indigenous communities or remote islands. Our approach emphasizes inclusive data collection.
We're intentionally oversampling eastern Indonesia in our pilot to compensate for historically thin data coverage there. If fishers in Maluku tweet about failing catches, our AI notices that even when no formal survey data exists yet.
We also disaggregate data by region, income, gender, and age when possible. The AI's recommendation specifically flags needs in hard-to-reach villages, not just easily accessible urban areas. And we work with local universities to incorporate traditional knowledge that pure data might miss.
Transparency is crucial too. Our dashboard shows confidence levels. If data is weak in certain areas, we clearly indicate that uncertainty. We never want policymakers acting on false confidence.
Can you give us a concrete example of how this would work in practice?
Absolutely. Picture this scenario from our pilot design. In mid-2026, satellite data shows severe drought developing in East Java. Our price model forecasts a 25% spike in rice prices.
The AI platform issues an alert in June that rice harvest will be 20% below normal, likely affecting 500,000 low-income households. It recommends two specific actions: release X tons of rice from national reserves to stabilize prices, and temporarily expand cash assistance programs in affected provinces.
Policymakers receive this insight in time to implement measures by tomorrow, preventing the spike that could have forced families to cut to food intake. The outcome, verified by our monitoring, would be stable rice prices and no surge in child malnutrition.
This is exactly what was missing during my boarding school experience. If officials had known about the access problems in our area, they could have intervened before students started losing dangerous amounts of weight.
Looking ahead, what's your vision for AI's role in food security?
I envision a future where no child experiences what I did, where data-driven early warning prevents food access crises before they devastate communities. AI doesn't replace human decision makers. It gives them superpowers to understand complex systems and act proactively.
Indonesia has the opportunity to lead by example among developing nations. Our integrated approach to all of our food security dimensions could become a model for other countries facing similar challenges.
The ultimate goal is fulfilling the definition of the food security, ensuring all people at all times have physical and economic access to sufficient, safe, and nutritious food. With AI augmenting human intelligence, we can finally make that vision reality.
And we do it in a way that amplifies marginalized voices rather than drowning them out in big data. Technology for social good, guided by equity and local wisdom.
This is smart governance for the 21st century, using data and AI not as ends in themselves, but as tools to build a more food-secure, equitable Indonesia.
Thank you all for sharing your innovative approach to one of humanity's most persistent challenges. With a modest budget of $500,000 over 3 years, these 5 innovators are piloting a transformation in how governments can tackle food insecurity. As climate change and global instability threaten food systems worldwide, their work in Indonesia may light the path forward for millions facing hunger across the developing world. So let's make an impact with Little Vietnam.